Mr. Chairman, I'm a bit puzzled at the choice of one of the smaller of two peaks of Frenchman Mountain, which is not even one of the tallest mountains in Nevada, as for some reason a landmark to commemorate President Reagan. It would be the 87th landmark or major federal facility named after President Ronald Reagan in the country. But notwithstanding the fact that we've got 87, I think there are more appropriate ways to commemorate. More relevant to this committee could be the fact that President Reagan signed 43 wilderness bills, and we might look at renaming one of those wilderness areas after Ronald Reagan. If there are any in Nevada, that could be appropriate. But not having had time to research that, my amendment is quite simple. I served on this committee when the Energy, whatever they called it, some benign name, Act of 1993 passed, which also included the designation of the Yucca Mountain National Waste Repository. But actually, I mean, it was earlier, I'm sorry, there was an earlier, President Reagan first established it, the Yucca Mountain National Waste Repository. And, I think that if we were going to name something after the President, it ought to be something that actually had to do with the President's service in office and something the President supported that was extraordinarily significant to the state of Nevada, and that is that Yucca Mountain was designated as the nation's permanent waste repository during the Reagan administration, and then was confirmed later during the 1993 Energy Act against some other areas that were brought up as potential alternatives. So, this would seem to me to be a really, really significant accomplishment of the President, and would be probably the best way that he could be honored and be commemorated by the people of Nevada, to have something that is nationally, internationally known, the Yucca Mountain Waste Repository. And Yucca and waste has never been a particularly fortunate coincidence, so I think the Ronald Reagan Mountain, which would then loom over the Ronald Reagan Nuclear Waste Repository, would be a much more appropriate commemoration of his service, and something that he actually did, since he really didn't have much to do with the creation of this minor peak on Frenchman Mountain. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I've concluded my remarks. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.